everybody, welcome back to Baseline Farms. My name is Jade. So much has been happening on the farm, you guys. I am so excited. So today is Thursday and it is quite chilly. So on Saturday and Sunday I was gonna come out here and work on the garden, and we did, but it was so windy that I couldn't film a vlog and give you a little garden tour. So today has been such a beautiful morning, and it looks like we had a little bit of frost, but so many things have been happening. So if you can see behind me, John was able to find some stumps so that we could put these cement benches on top of them so I could have a little seating area around our plum tree. And then he was able to fix all of the garden beds and do all the irrigation, like just complete the irrigation under the ground, and look at that, and clean it all up. So I am so excited. So in this area, this is where it was all just, you know, rough. So here we have our little irrigation box right there that has, he's gonna pipe in all the electricity and everything is gonna be set up in there. So that is so exciting, you guys. Look at this. I have 4 more garden beds to fill up. So that is, oh my God, I cannot even wait. So let me give you a quick tour as to what is happening in the garden and how everything is doing. Now, I did separate the blackberry bush and the raspberry bush over the weekend because it was just so windy and I needed to get that done before the rain this Sunday, and I just wanted to complete that task. So I did separate them. I hope they survive. The roots were really intertwined with one another. So I don't know, I'll show you how they look in just a minute, but let me show you these onions. So over here we have our red onions and our yellow onions right there. So these onions are doing so well, and I don't know, I can't wait to harvest them. These onions my dad got us from a nursery, not a nursery, but up the way there was a strawberry patch, and somebody purchased the land, so the strawberry farmers ended up having to leave. So they ended up leaving some strawberries and these onions, so my dad ended up popping up some of these onions and bringing them over to me. So now I have some red onions. Oh my goodness, this kitty. Okay, so here are some garden beds that I still need to level, and I still need to fix some of the irrigation over here and add some more of this drip tape. I think that's what it's called, drip tape or drip. Okay, so let me show you the carrots. So the carrots are doing really well right over here. And I'm thinking I'm going to succession sow another row of carrots and another row of spinach and just keep this for lettuce and spinach for right now. And through the summer, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in this bed, but everything's doing really well. Let me give you a better look. So here is the carrots. The carrots are doing so good, still growing. Now this garden bed was filled with water when we had that rainstorm, but and everything was covered, like all the spinach was underneath the water. But yeah, everything drained out and it looks pretty good and healthy. So that's awesome. That is so exciting. I cannot wait to see how this garden bed turns out in the spring and summer. So now let me show you the garlic. So over here, the garlic is doing really, really well. Everything's growing. These plants, they obviously like the cool weather and doesn't seem to hurt them because they're, you know, they're root vegetables. I guess that's what you call them, the garlic. So we have this other garden bed. This is where we had the Jerusalem artichokes and the peppers, and I still need to fix that. And then I'm probably gonna, after I get home from work today, I'm going to trim this up and clean that lemongrass up because it's still looking really good. Now over here, this is where we have our one cauliflower right over there that's still producing, and we have a tiny little cauliflower in the corner right there. But this is where I have all the lettuce, and this is what's left of our lettuce right here, and we have some more spinach right there. But I'm thinking, you know, it's such a modge podge of things, and I'm thinking now, maybe I should just sow more spinach into this bed and just keep this the spinach patch. I'm not too sure because the spinach is not doing too good. I mean, it is growing. Like this one right here looks pretty good right there. But I don't know, I'm still kind of indecisive as to what I want to do with this particular garden bed. Now here is all the broccoli. And the broccoli, you see that? It's looking so good. Look at that. That is just so exciting to have broccoli. Now this is my second, I want to say this is my second year growing broccoli. And I did not grow this much last year. So look at all this. It's looking so stinking good. So that is so exciting. I cannot wait. I might, maybe I might plant more broccoli. I don't know. Because I have this trellis. So I definitely want to plant, some beans or cucumber or something like that. And I was telling John that I want to get a couple more trellises so I could trellis up the tomatoes and the cucumbers so they're not just all crazy like they were last summer. So let me show you, this is a garden bed where we have the celery, and we still have, the celery is still growing. Matter of fact, since we've had this warm weather, I could tell that it's, oh my God, look at this cat. I could tell that it's gotten a little bigger. Hey, kitty. Oh my God, do you see this kitty? Thank God that grass is dead. It's not dead, it's just dormant. But the celery is doing really good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So over here, this is, now we had a little grass in here and that my dad brought me over. And he said it was like a lemongrass and you cook with it. So I'm hoping that it pops up in the springtime. Oh my goodness, these animals. Hank just jumped over the garden bed. Okay, so over here is all of our carrots and our cabbage. And we have harvested, you know, quite a bit of carrots right in this little area. And I think I'm going to succession sow some more carrots because I love eating carrots. And carrots are just so, you know, it's just so easy just to pop them out of the garden. And oh my goodness, these animals, they're like chasing each other now, the cat and the dog. So yeah, here is our cabbage. Right in here, all of the cabbage is doing really good, and then we have a couple little Brussels sprouts right in here. And this little guy, now he was taller, but what happened was on the containers in here, I have to use a water hose to water the containers. So unfortunately, when I dragged a water hose in here, it jumped the garden bed and knocked over the Brussels sprout and broke it in half. So that was a real big bummer. But I'm so excited, look at that. That is so exciting. So that is what's happening in the big garden. All the weeds are gone, but man, that was fast because I can already see them popping up. John says that he wants to get me some bark, and he was asking me, you know, what color bark I want to have in the garden, and I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I think I might want to have like a light colored bark or something like that. I think that would be so sweet and so clean because I'm thinking, I don't know, I might be getting ahead of myself by adding so many projects onto my plate. But I really think I want to paint the fence white because people keep running into it, you know, since those 2 posts got damaged and they haven't gotten fixed yet. And I figure if I painted them white, maybe they can see it and maybe they won't hit them. So over here in the little garden, just a bunch of onions growing, bunch of onions and garlic still, and everything's looking really good. All the water has slowly drained away, so that's nice. Bella's stall is slowly drying up, so that's really good. We had her roaming out on this part of our property because it's a little bit more, not as muddy for her. Okay, so over here, let me show you. We did clean up the little garden as well. But over here we have some red onions on this side that are doing really good. We have some garlic right here. And then that's pretty much it in this front bed. And then in this back bed right here, we have some yellow onion. We have some more red onion in the middle. And then some more yellow onion in the back. This is the most onions that I've ever planted. And the fall garden has to be by far the easiest. This is the second year I've grown a fall garden, and you just don't even have to water it. If you have a good amount of water, I mean, the weather has been nice and cool, so the ground stays pretty moist. The garden is so easy. So over here we have some white onions, and then we have another row. Oh shoot! We have another row of white onions over here, and then some green onions in the back, and some more random red onions here and there. So I cannot wait to try out some of these onions. And when the stalks get a little bigger, like the onion, like, I don't know what you call these, the onion leaves, the onion stalks. So when the onions get a little longer, what I do is I kind of cut them and I make a onion pesto sauce. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I put a little basil, and instead of the pine nuts, I roast some walnuts, and I use walnuts. It is so delicious. So look at all these hellebores. These are the hellebores that I want to put in some of the job sites because they're just about to bloom, and they're so pretty. And this one right here has a bit of a variegated leaf. I don't know if you could see that. Look how pretty that is. So stinking pretty. So yeah, I cannot wait. They're just about to pop open. This is one of my favorite winter flowers. It's called the hellebore, and it looks like a little vintage rose. Do you see that one right there? Here, look at that. It's so stinking pretty. So I cannot wait till you could see all these beautiful flowers open up. So this is what's happening in a small garden, and that's pretty much it. So we have just been super busy. John is back at the parks and working at the parks. He says it's kind of dry and workable, so that's good. And then that's pretty much it. The pond is still full. Let me give you a quick glimpse of what the pond looks like. And still looking full. Now, it kind of settled in the back here, so it's now draining into the earth because, you know, it just doesn't have enough flow to go into the neighbor's pond. But other than that, let me see. It's so beautiful. It's so cold this morning. The evenings have been pretty chilly in the 30s, and then the mornings and the afternoons have been in the high 60s, so that's really good. Oh my goodness, it's still super muddy over here. I don't know if you could see that. It looks like hopefully no one got stuck. So here's the pond. Still looking full, but you can tell in the back here it's not as full as it was. It's kind of slowly draining out right there and soaking into the earth. So that's good, but we're gonna have another rainstorm on Sunday. I don't think it's gonna be a huge rainstorm. I think it's just gonna be maybe a light sprinkle, who knows. But that is what's happening on the farm and in the garden. All the chickens are doing really well. That little chicken that wasn't getting as plump, you know, she's kind of been like little by little just settling in with the rest of the chickens. They stopped pecking her, so that's good. But other than that, all the animals are healthy. And then John was talking to me and saying and asking me, you know, if I wanted another goat. And I don't know, I really want another goat, because I sure do miss Orange Chicken, and it was so much fun having him. And so I don't know, I was debating whether or not I wanted to get a milk goat. But then I was thinking, do I really want to wake up every morning and milk a goat? No, not really. And so I don't know, maybe just a little companion chicken friend for all my little chickens. Look at them. They always think I have food, and I already fed them. All right, so that is what's happening on the farm. Other than that, nothing else. I have a couple containers to take care of right over here. These 3 containers are going to go off to a restaurant. These are all of my these are all of my Christmas trees. I still have a few more Christmas trees that I need to pull out, and then all of my cyclamen that I'm going to pop into the garden that I pulled out from some of the containers. So they just come over here. I put them in new pots, put some new potting soil, and I save all those plants for next year, for winter, for the containers, for the locations. So that is pretty much what's happening. Take care, be safe, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.